Welcome back to episode 9 of Project Ozone 2, and I think it's time to do some automation. We're going to change over and go and head downstairs, where I'm going to show you where we're set up. I made a few things just in advance because this is mostly going to be an Ender IO episode. Over here we've got a painting machine, similar to how you make all the rest of the things, and this has let me paint up some conduit facades just so we can neaten everything up. Nothing too special there, particularly if you've used Ender IO before. Up here, I've set up another cobblestone generator. Not put the lava in yet, but we will need that fairly soon because that water wheel is not going to be able to keep up with the demand for what we're about to build. I've put in some chests here. They're going to act as buffers. Don't worry about them just yet. We'll come to those in a second. And as you can see, our storage drawer system is nowhere near full, so we are fine to get started. We should start by just deciding exactly where this is all going to go. So if we extract from this side and then go across, if I leave one space, that should be good enough. Are you on that row? You are. So if we just put down 3, yep, 2 more, and a final one here. You may wonder why I've got 8. Don't worry, we'll come back to that in a second. These are automatic hammers from X** Rebirth, and they're going to form a, if you like, a sort of production line. So in this one, we're going to input cobble into the top. So let's just actually do that first. Just connect. Actually, let me just take that off for a second. In fact, it doesn't matter actually because I've not enabled the output yet. So don't worry. And you. Let me just disable you and you. There we go. So the idea is, if we set this up to be input, don't have to do anything special with the colors, any of the channels, just set them as input for now. We can just insert into the top one of these 3 with cobble. It's going to come out of here, across and then down into the top. This one is going to convert cobble to gravel and go at the bottom. This one is going to convert cobble to gravel. This one's going to convert gravel to sand, and then sand's going out the bottom. And the same thing, and all the way down to dust, and dust is going out the bottom. Now, normally with Ender IO, you can do lots of things, connecting lots of different channels, etc. I'm going to keep it much simpler than that. So, just in case you're wondering why I'm disconnecting lots of different networks here, it just keeps things simple for you to understand, rather than me building something amazingly complex. So if I just pop down and out for a second, we should have... yeah, enough power cable to come in, block me from actually getting back out, but that's fine, I can jump. And then up here, we can just connect all of them up to power. And that power line is out here, and it's just going straight back to our water wheel, and it's going to go, well, I've got a rail there just in case I need one, but I may not need one. Okay, so these are all powered. They're full. I charged them up before we actually started, so they're full anyway, but that's okay. We're also going to want more item conduits. So if I just put one on there, and we just fill out the rest of this block of 6, this is going to be its own separate circuit. And all that we're going to do here is say, well, if something's in the top, I'm going to extract it on, let's say, grey. It's going to have to come down into this one. So this one is insert and extract. Insert on grey. So we just pull that out. Extract. Turn it always on. And then go back to light grey. This one, insert only on light grey. So that's that first line dealt with. And we're keeping them in vertical lines. You can do them in horizontal lines if you wanted to as well. But because unfortunately these automatic hammers do not have automatic output down or up. It would be really nice if they did, but they've only really got speed upgrades and fortune upgrades, so unfortunately we have to use Ender IO to move things around, but it's fine. Next one, we do this, so we can choose from here, what do we use up to light grey. So here we're only inserting in it, we're only interested in extracting. And we can just extract on green, doesn't really matter what color we use. Insert on this one on green. Let me just make sure that's turned on perfect all the time. Again, don't have to worry about extraction from this bottom one because it's going to go out of the bottom, not this back side of things. And finally, in fact, do we even need it? I don't even think we need that on there. Actually, let's just put the power back in. Yeah, because this one isn't needed at all. Cobble's going to come in the top, gravel's going at the bottom. Nothing to deal with. Fine, so once everything's hooked up there, and I could probably start now, just so that the processing, let's just turn you on. And there they go. That's not terribly fast, but we don't have any speed upgrades in it. So once we have a lot more power, even this, I think this actually probably will take up all the water wheel's power without anything else in the way. And we're going to put something else in the way. So let's clear out some of the floor just so we've got room to work. And clear out you. Alright, I guess we could put a conduit facade in there. There we go. Looks like nothing was ever there. And of course, when you go to the Yeta wrench, you can see inside the conduit facade. Pretty cool. So now we need to extract out of each of these three. That is fine. We're not going to connect it to this other network. And below them is going to be the first sieves. So let's put you... Do I want to put you there? Probably could. Yeah, that should do. And if we put the item conduits on top, again, we're just going to dedicate each of these for one of these lines. So we don't have to do much here to keep that going. Let's just change you to brown and you to blue. In fact, hang on, let's just change these to more proper colors. So this one's outputting gravel, so that'll be gray. You're outputting sand, so you'll be yellow, and then you can output white. And we want to make sure they're always active, which they now are. We now need to make sure that these ones are going to accepting on the same channel, so gray, yellow, and white. Insert gray. Yellow. And white. Whoops. There we go. Once this one processes its first, then it should actually start outputting the other two, or a bit faster, I think. Is the second one going? Have I got this routing wrong? Output, input. Is that on? No, it's not on, that's why. And the extraction's on there. So yeah, that should all start working now. Looks fine. Once that starts going, it'll start this one going. So yeah, we've got the sieves going. The next thing to go is we need to extract from the bottom, I think, of sieves. I'll put some more platforms down here just in case I need them. And I kind of do, unfortunately. Let's just put that floor back there. Did I put any more? I don't think I put much more down there. No, I think I was running out of resources. So let's just put another couple of floor tiles down. So extract from the bottom again. I suppose you could try and extract from the side, but normally extract from the bottom of a sieve. Sounds logical enough anyway. And again, we're going to choose the same colors. So white, yellow, and grey. And just turn them all on as well. Okay, so we've now got sieved products. There's a problem with that though. The sieved products are like this. As you can see, the broken ores. We're going to need to do something with that. We're going to need to first compact them. So I've made some compactors. If you haven't seen these before, they're actually pretty cool devices. I think I've used them in my oldest, a while back. They're probably the first modded Minecraft series I did. And they basically, let me just put them down and we can get the idea. Let's just, I suppose I could put them down here. Can I do that? Probably, I want to say. Depends where I put the hammers. Let's actually just move them one further out, shall we? You'll see why in a second. It just makes it a little bit easier for me. Whoops. And turn the recipes onto only 2x2. You can try 3x3 as well, but these are first options, by the way. Only 3x3. Try 3x3 first. Try 2x2 first, which is probably the one you could probably go for if you wanted to. I'm just going to change it to only 2x2. What happens is if you do try 2x2 first is you tend to get things like redstone being converted into redstone blocks. And if you want that, go ahead. It works just fine. That's not a problem. So from the bottom of those, we're going to need to input into one side of these, which is why I wanted a little bit more room, just so I didn't have to separate this from the next network across with lots of manual clicking. So we're just going to go ahead and run the conduits. Do I need to do anything with that? I don't think I do. Yeah, I'm going to need to just run a cable this way. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't apply the first time. And we can run it this way. Again, the same thing you need to do here, and especially important here. Not so much important in these, you kind of get away with it sometimes, particularly if they're fast enough. But on here, yeah, this inventory, you don't want to get jammed up with more than one output from these. Remember, the only thing that can go into compactors is stuff that can be compacted. So this will never go, the flint will never go in. Other products as well. The surface quartz crystals won't ever go in. I don't think the electrotine will. So they'll sit in the sieves until we actually move them somewhere else. However, the metals all will. So if you don't want things that you stored in these compactors, just keep them all separate. So again, we're just going to... Did I use the same color scheme? I did. Good. We can just choose gray. And these are insert only. Gray. What else did we want? We want yellow. Yellow on insert, I should say. Yellow. And white. All right, priority 0 is fine on each of those, I want to say. And are you on? You're all on. So are you compacting now, or have you got stuff in your inventory? You have, but because I was clicking through the colors while the outputs were on, some of these are a little bit wrong, so just bear in mind, you need to sort them like that. These are also going to need power, as are these. They don't have any power at the moment, but that should be okay. We can just run power there, there, and there. And then we need to run power to these, so I guess we can just... yeah, why not? Let's just pull power this way. And straight across. And last one. Okay, so our compactors are running. Now, final step, from the compactors, we're going to get things like gravel, metal gravels, metal sands, and finally iron ore, well, metal dust, but lots and lots of iron ore. That all works fine, except that we need to process these further, which is why I have 2 more hammers. So here, if we put a hammer down, and I need to be a bit careful with this one to remove that. The same thing when I put one here, I want to remove you. And finally, put one there and one there. Yeah, that's fine. So this is a bit of a zigzag. We take the first compactor, we output, and let's just say it's black. Okay, so that's always on. This one we're going to set to insert and black. In fact, no, insert, output, insert on black. output on, let's say, grey again, shall we? Doesn't really matter about the colours with this. I'm not going to turn that on for a second. I just want to sort the rest of this out. That's going to output on grey. We need to send it into this compactor, which so that's input on grey. So let's input output, insert on grey, extract on light grey. Okay, this one is going to insert again, insert output, insert on light grey, extract on white, and finally insert on white. I want to say. Insert only? No, I want insert export. So insert on white and extract on, let's say, blue. Fine. So stuff that goes in here will go straight down into here, back out, up into this one, out into this one, and back up into this one. So all the gravel and all the dust will get, all the gravel and all the sand will get hammered again into the next one, where it will then get compacted into the 2x2 form and up into the next one. So this one will just end up with lots of dusts. Okay, that all works well. Lastly, all we need to do is make sure we get them somewhere, and that's why I've got some of these chests over here. So we can, let's say we put some conduits up into these, shall we? And I just want to make sure I separate this last one from the others. Not that it's particularly important. We can deal without it, but this one is going to be that blue channel we just created. So these are all insert on blue. Sorry, that one's insert on blue. Insert only, please. Yeah, there you go. But we want to, it's fine for this one. But for all of these, we want to make sure that they're insert and lower priority. What that should do is make sure that anything coming out of our sieves will try the compactors first. If the compactors aren't available, they're going to head to these chests. Okay, and we'll upcolor them appropriately. In fact, we can do that now. We want dark gray, yellow, and white. Okay, and we can just connect up, I think, this way. Let's put that back. I guess I can just run it along here. I don't have to do anything special. Yep, there we go. Bring you up. You're connected. And have they started? Yeah, they've started sending stuff. So stuff that can't be compacted is going into these. And this one, I'm just going to have to do the same thing again, except I need to connect to this line. So you're not quite lined up. So let's actually just come this way one, and now you're lined up. Hopefully. Yep, there you go. So blue is going to be pulled out of this one. So all those dusts should disappear if the outputs are on, which they probably aren't. Extract are the outputs. Let's turn all of them on. You're on, and you are now on. Dusts have gone. Are you up here? You are. Okay, cool. We've got a full system now working. And what I can do, let me just get rid of you and you. We can put the floor back in places. And where we don't have the floor, we can put in conduit, facades. I can have enough. I'm going to be one short. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, and then another one there. Just so that, yeah, I've got one there already. Just so it hides everything that we've done. We don't want to see through to all the various sieving and hammering. Let me just put one of you in. Actually, I need... I'm trying to put cobblestone into something that needs facades, which you make with the composite binder in a ring like this. And you just put them in the painting machine and it'll just paint them whatever block you put in the left-hand side, which in this case is the cobblestone bricks. That's just going to ahead and process. Now this is pretty much going to kill all power coming from that water wheel in no time flat. But it is really neat, tidy. I like it. The reason why I've got these chests here at all is just because I want to have separate buffers, just in case any of, in case any of these jam up. I'll have a buffer chest, and in case this system fills up, at least I'll be able to see an indication of these using these chests. So the last thing I want to do with them is just get this inputting into the system, which should be right straightforward. I've laid, I've laid a connector there, so we can just go this way, and we don't have to do anything special other than make sure I disconnect this from the rest of the network. I don't want the network flowing into it without going through the buffer chests. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go one down and disconnect you. Thank you very much. And that's pretty much it. Just down one more. And the whole thing is now hooked up into our storage drawers system. No mess, no fuss. And we've got buffers, which is, I'm pretty pleased with that actually. Let's just make sure all of you are covered. And I'm going to need a couple of facades, and that should be it for this build. So we've got completely automatic sieving all in one episode. It's about 20 minutes, which wasn't too bad for doing that. Oh, that actually painted faster than I thought. Let's go back over here and put these in place. Nothing around there that needs doing. There we go. Job's done. Okay, hope you like that. I don't want to go on to too much else. Let's have a look at the lava generators. Because that water wheel is not going to be enough power, and yeah, it's so not going to be enough power. We can actually do all of that. Hemp rope we've got plenty of. What I'm going to do is I'm going to craft a few of these, but I'm going to do that off camera. I'll do it between the episodes. There's nothing terribly special here. That hemp rope core we've got from the industrial hemp, which we made upstairs through AgriCraft, that makes these copper coils. Combine it with an iron furnace and some of the same materials, and you get a survivalist generator. Combine that up with some shiny ingots, and this is what you'll probably run short of if you do or try to do lava generators too early. You'll run out of platinum or shiny. Once you have automatic sieves, yeah, we should have enough of that to do pretty much anything. So yeah, we can do that. And what I'll probably do is combine them into 8 times generators, which is 8 of those, around a transfer node, which is breadth first, and all of this looks complicated, but it's not. It's just gold and redstone, which we've got plenty of now. So I'll probably show that at the start of next episode, just so we have a power source that can actually power these. But even if you have, and I've done this in a test world, even if you have enough power to power all of these, they're still really, really, really slow. So do consider crafting speed upgrades for this whole system. Yeah, you don't want to leave those alone. Okay, that's it for this episode. Hope you've liked it. Thumbs up if you have, thumbs down if you haven't for some reason. If you're not subscribed, click on the subscribe button or click on the little bell if you are a subscriber and you want to see notifications when these episodes come out. And of course, I'm available on Twitter at grayduster. Trying to do some actually higher quality recording, but having real problems trying to re-encode that. Just Premiere Pro is crashing all over the place. When I'm trying to record at 300 gigabytes per hour of recorded video. I know it's in Minecraft. I know that's irony, but I'm just trying to improve that quality. This one isn't, unfortunately, but maybe the next episode is if I can stop Premiere Pro from crashing. We will see. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.